Have you ever noticed something strange? People don't really fear death. They fear decline. They fear waking up one day and realizing their body just isn't the same anymore. Slower, weaker, less reliable. I once heard a 78-year-old woman say something that stuck with me. I don't want to live longer if it means feeling weaker. And honestly, that hits hard, because most people aren't scared of dying. They're scared of fading, losing their strength, losing their independence, becoming fragile, and watching their body slowly give up. Now here's the part most people don't realize. If you're over 60 right now, your future isn't something that just happens later. It's already being decided. Quietly, daily, bite by bite. Every single thing you eat is either helping your body stay strong or slowly pushing it toward breakdown. And no, this isn't about perfection. But here's the truth most people ignore. After 60, your body changes. Your metabolism slows down. Your muscles become harder to maintain. Your blood vessels become more sensitive. And your immune system less forgiving. Which means something important. Random eating is no longer harmless. You can't just wing it anymore. Because every meal now actually matters. A lot. And here's where things get even more interesting. What if I told you that living longer and feeling strong while doing it isn't about expensive supplements or trendy diets or whatever is popular this year? What if the real difference between someone who stays strong at 90 and someone who struggles at 70 comes down to a few simple foods that most people completely overlook? Think about it.
One year it's low carb, next year it's high protein, then green juices, then miracle oils. People keep chasing trends, but almost nobody focuses on the few daily foods that actually protect your cells, reduce inflammation, and send a clear signal to your body to keep going. So in this video, I'm going to show you 5 simple foods
that people in the longest living populations on Earth eat every single day. Not sometimes, not occasionally, every day. We'll go from the least powerful to the most powerful, and trust me, number 2, it's not trendy, it's not expensive, and it's definitely not what most people expect. But it shows up again and again in people who live to 95. Quick question before we jump in. How old are you right now? And what's one food you already eat almost every day? Drop it in the comments. I actually read them, because real habits matter more than theory. Alright, let's get into it. Number 5. Dark leafy greens. Now I know, not the most exciting start, but don't underestimate this one, because this might be one of the simplest ways to protect your brain as you age. Researchers followed over 900 older adults for nearly 5 years, and what they found was honestly surprising. The people who ate leafy greens every single day, spinach, kale, Swiss chard, had brains that functioned like they were 11 years younger. Let that sink in. That's not a small improvement. That's over a decade of extra mental sharpness just from eating greens consistently. So what's going on here? It comes down to the nutrients. Leafy greens are loaded with things your body desperately needs as you age: vitamin K, folate, beta-carotene, and powerful antioxidants that fight inflammation deep inside your cells. And here's what makes them even more powerful. These nutrients don't just work alone, they work together in ways supplements simply can't replicate. But here's the mistake most people make. They eat a salad and think they're done. In reality, your body absorbs way more of these nutrients when greens are lightly cooked, with a little bit of healthy fat. Because many of these nutrients are fat-soluble, meaning your body needs fat to actually use them. So something as simple as sautéing spinach in olive oil, or steaming greens and adding a drizzle on top, can make a huge difference. Also, don't stick to just one type. Rotate them. Different greens, different benefits. Simple goal, about 1 cup cooked or 2 cups raw every single day. Do that consistently, and your body will feel the difference faster than you expect. But greens are just the foundation, because the next food goes even deeper. Number 4. Fatty fish. This one works at the cellular level, and the impact is serious. A massive study found that people who ate fatty fish a few times a week had about a 25% lower risk of dying from any cause. That alone should get your attention. So why is it so powerful? Omega-3 fats. Your body can't make them, but it needs them badly. These fats literally become part of your cells. They help your cells communicate better, repair faster, and respond to inflammation more efficiently. There's even research showing that people with higher omega-3 levels actually age slower at a genetic level. But here's where people mess it up. Not all fish is equal. Farm-raised fish often has fewer omega-3s and more inflammatory fats. So if you can, go for wild-caught. Best options? Salmon, sardines, mackerel, and here's a practical tip. If fresh fish isn't always available, canned sardines or salmon are still excellent, affordable, convenient, and very effective. Aim for at least 2 to 3 times a week, because while greens protect your brain, fish helps protect your cells from aging itself. Number 3, fermented foods. Now this one surprised even researchers, because it works in a way most people never think about. Your gut. A major study found that people who regularly ate fermented foods, like yogurt, kefir, kimchi, or sauerkraut, saw a significant drop in inflammation. Not small, significant. And that matters, because inflammation is one of the biggest drivers of aging, heart disease, diabetes, cognitive decline, all of it is connected. And your gut, it controls way more than digestion. It affects your immune system, your brain, your mood, and how well your body absorbs nutrients. So when your gut improves, everything improves. But here's the catch. Not all fermented foods are equal. A lot of store-bought products are pasteurized, which kills the beneficial bacteria. So look for live in active cultures and avoid high-sugar versions. Start small. Your gut needs time to adjust. But once it does, the benefits stack up quickly. Number 2, extra virgin olive oil. This one is quietly powerful, and most people completely underestimate it. In one major study, people who consumed olive oil daily had about a 30% lower risk of heart attack and stroke. That's not a small number. That's life-changing. What makes it special? It contains compounds that act like natural anti-inflammatory agents in your body, almost like a daily gentle dose of medicine without the side effects. It also protects your blood vessels and keeps your cholesterol from becoming dangerous. But here's the problem. A lot of what people buy isn't real extra virgin olive oil. It's processed, diluted, or stripped of its benefits. So pay attention. Look for dark bottles. Check the source. Keep it simple and real. And don't use it for high-heat cooking. That destroys the good stuff. Use it raw or lightly cooked. Drizzle it over your meals. Small habit, big impact. Number 1, beans and legumes. This is the one that shows up everywhere. Across every long-living population on Earth, beans are a daily staple. Not supplements, not superfoods, just simple, humble beans. And the data behind them is incredibly strong. Even small amounts daily are linked to a significant reduction in overall death risk. Why? Because they do everything your body needs. They stabilize blood sugar, feed your gut bacteria, reduce inflammation, provide steady energy, and they contain something called resistant starch, which supports your gut in a way most foods don't. Here's something most people don't know. Beans don't just help the meal you're eating. They improve how your body responds to your next meal too. That's how powerful they are. Simple target: about 1 cup a day. If you're short on time, canned works fine. Just rinse them. If you can, cook them fresh. Either way, consistency is what matters. So here's the bottom line. You don't need to change everything overnight. You don't need extreme diets. You don't need expensive solutions. Just start simple. Add one of these foods this week, then another, and another. Before you know it, you'll be eating like the healthiest, longest living people in the world without even thinking about it. And your body, it will feel the difference. Because aging well isn't about luck. It's about what you do every single day. If this helped you, hit like, subscribe, and stick around. And don't forget, drop your age and the one food you eat every day down in the comments.